Matthew.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for coming when I asked.
Yeah.
You may be wondering why I summoned you here.
I have no idea why I'm here. I wasn't expecting anything.
No, well, something very unexpected happened the other day.
Yes.
Now, you know how we get lots of fan mail, of course, from our many fans.
Yeah, I'm just breathing in the fear, listener.
Yes.
Breathe it in.
You have a bit of a rocky history with the fans already.
I'm breathing in the fear.
Well,
it only hurts yourself, Matthew.
It
breathe
does.
out the fear, breathe it in again.
Well,
why are we here, Mick?
We are here because, as you know, we often get sent interesting things from our fans. But the other day, something spectacular arrived in our inbox.
Oh, no. What?
One fan, known as the Papman.
Oh, gosh. Is he an old friend? I can't remember.
He is. He left us a review on iTunes.
Oh, did he?
He did, but he's gone a step further. He emailed us a fan fiction script.
What?
Which we will now perform.
No. What? But wait a second. He wrote a script.
He's written an entire script for a story.
Oh, that's nice.
And I've read it through.
Oh, that's worth it.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And so,
sorry, we've not read it yet. Have you vetted it? Has the admin team?
The admin team alerted me to it.
And have they vetted it?
Well, they did, but
they better get it right.
But I then told them that was presumptuous, and they have been locked away, and the key has been thrown in the crocodile's mouth.
Oh, well put.
So, yes, quite.
Right.
It's very presumptuous. But I have then subsequently vetted it, and I think it meets the lofty standards of Mysterious Mysteries.
Listener, if you're new to this, and this is, I presume, is this a special? What is this?
So, this is a fan fiction special, I guess.
So this is not season 3.
This is not, no. And this is not canon. This doesn't go, what happens in this episode is not considered a concrete occurrence in the Mysterious Mysteries
So we're
universe.
not in the purest realm.
No, this is purely fan fiction, but it's fun.
Well, listener, just in case you don't know, and just say that I have my own disclaimer. I've never seen this fan fiction script before.
No.
I do not know the contents. I'm sitting here merely because it sort of helps me bumble through my life.
It does. Yeah. But also,
I see this as more of group therapy, if anything.
But your attendance and your attendance in these things, I like to see as a tacitly condoning.
I do not condone. I don't.
I think you do condone.
Don't you take it as condonation, if that's the word, listener. Don't you take it as that. I'm sitting here, arms folded, legs crossed.
Well, I think it's much like the social contract that we tacitly consent to in society, Matthew.
I've got a jigger of vodka next to me and I should be drinking it.
And I have a beer. Hold on.
Okay. I'm pleased you've got that out your system.
Matthew's just going for the straight vodka. Yes.
What a day.
I like the way you poured yourself a vodka before you even knew what we were here to do.
Well, it felt like it was an important thing to do.
It felt right.
I had an awful journey here.
I know.
Almost run over.
Would you like to tell us more?
Oh, no, it's not particularly. I shouted after the car.
Yes.
You are an enemy of the Emperor. And what happens to enemies of the Emperor, Mick? They die.
They end up getting humiliated on a podcast? On a weekly basis?
Quite.
Right, well, let me hand you this script that arrived in our letterbox.
Okay.
So, you don't know the title. You don't know. I didn't know the title either until I had a look. Here you go.
Thank you. Oh, that's quite good.
Would you like to read the title?
So I've just been handed a script, as usual. I've never seen the contents, and it just says The Menace from Venice by the Papman. What the hell? I don't even know what the Papman means.
We went through this in the review episode, Matthew.
What is it?
The Papman is someone who farts.
Is this a pseudonym for whoever wrote this?
I assume he wasn't christened first name The and surname Papman.
I actually have genuine questions. Did the admin team actually speak to him and say, thanks for the script?
I don't know, because as soon as I heard that they'd already taken the upon themselves to vet this, I didn't want to hear any more from them. I locked them away.
Does the Papman, whoever he may be, know that we're doing this script?
I don't even know if we replied to. He might think it's been completely ignored.
Oh, well, don't.
How rude.
Well, at least he's getting he's getting the ardent celebration of me for turning up for this.
He is. So, hold on, what are you turning the pages for?
Okay, sorry.
Are you eager to get started then?
So I'm just reaching for my drink.
Yeah, just sip away. Okay, shall we do this then?
I feel as though I've wetted my whistle.
It's not all your wetting over there. Okay?
Right.
I'm not that short-sighted. Right, Matthew, would you like to do the honours?
Okay. This Mysterious Mysteries fan mail special will begin, and the episode is entitled The Menace from Venice.
The story you're about to hear took place in the year 1851, when the first ever World Fair was held at the shiny new Crystal Palace in London.
That's quite good.
Oh.
So he's not bad, the Papman. Go on.
Strange foreign people from all the far reaches of the earth descended on the towering exhibition hall to show off their inventions inside. But 1851 was a significant year for another reason, for it marked the early days of one of the iconic institutions of British society, Scotland Yard.
Oh, God.
A powerful police force when you are listening to this, but 150 years ago, on the day of our story, it was barely a young pup, struggling to secure enough funding to operate from day to day.
Oh, I don't know where this is going. Oh, dear.
And it is back in time to the top floor of Scotland Yard headquarters that we now go. For inside the cramped offices of the Commissioner, there is a guest from a foreign land who has arrived with an unusual mission.
So without the am I the Commissioner?
Yeah, no, it's true, actually. Okay. There's a character in this called the Private. That's me. You're going to be everyone else.
Okay. So I'm the Commissioner.
So you start.
Okay. It says middle class and middle-aged London.
Don't spoil the magic. The Papman did not intend that to be read.
What's like a cab driver? I must.
Does that sound very middle class to you?
Well, what's
I'm a cab driver.
I said,
Yeah.
I must confess your problem might be the strangest I've ever heard here, but rest assured Scotland Yard is more than capable of handling it, and I'll be assigning young Jimmy Parts to the case. Private Parts is one of our most promising new recruits. I've got the joke starting already, I see. Here he is now. Come in.
Private Parts reporting for duty, sir.
At ease, Private. No need to salute. This isn't the army.
Oh, sorry, sir. Forget where I am sometimes.
A useful trait for a young officer.
Gosh, your office never stops to amaze me, sir. There are more dead animals hung up on the walls here than at the butcher's. But why have you gone with cats this time?
They're a warning, Private. To all the cats who might roam around this part of London, it lets them know what if you dare creep up to this building at night and take a warm steam... Oh, my... What on... No. It was doing great until then. I was getting into this atmosphere.
I don't see anything unusual about the script so far. It seems perfectly normal.
He says... It lets them know that if you dare creep up to this building at night and take a warm, steaming... And then he's used an expletive, which I'm not going to repeat here. No, I'm not, Mick.
Steaming shit.
No, I'm not, Mick. No, you don't listen, listener. Don't you listen?
Shit. Hey, this is the listener came up with this.
Well, why are we humiliating us? This level of degradation does not befit me.
Warm, steaming shit.
On the doorstop, I'll beat you senseless with my umbrella and hang you up in this office until you... Oh, yes, Private Parts. I've called you into my office to meet someone. The man seated across the table from me, although I'm sure I didn't have to point him out. God, that nose could have opened the door when you knocked. Well, he's come all the way from the city of Milan.
What?
Milan. Milan. To talk to us today. It would seem he's here in London in search of something, although exactly what he's after I didn't quite hear because I was staring at the nose I just described. Perhaps it'd be best if you introduced yourself once more and told us your story. Oh, I'm guessing I'm...
Yeah.
My name is Inspector Gentiles.
Inspect the genitals.
That's not what it says. Genitales. Inspect her genitals, you say? No. Inspector genitales. You'll be inspecting no genitals in this room. Thank you very much. Proceed with your story. Oh, God. Another typical leitmotif, mysterious mysteries. Please, nothing's changed. You sure you didn't write this,
Matthew, these are standard tropes of script writing. I don't understand what your aversion is to what is a perfectly normal script.
Private parts. My name is Inspector Juan Luigi Genitales, and I have been sent here by the ruling family of Milan because our sovereignty is under threat. And it is under threat not from war or crime, but from Italian nationalism. There are calls in my region to unify all the cities of the land, from Milan and Venice in the north down to Roma, all the way to Napoli and even Sicilia in the south. You see, I'm translating here. This
was very good.
This is very learned reading.
Absolutely.
It's written Sicily and Naples, and it's Napoli, and Sicilia. I think that's right.
Keep reading.
Sorry.
Matthew, you're boring me. And if you're boring me, you're boring the listener.
And the forms I do apologise. And forms us into one country, one Repubblica of Italy. Gentlemen, Milan would be the richest state in Italy. Why would we want to join these other cities? We would be forced to send money to help the rest of the country, which would weaken our power greatly. The nationalists must be defeated. Milan must be an independent city. Italia cannot be created.
And I'm falling asleep. Could you speed that up a little bit?
It's hard, though, to do the accent.
I can hear the listener snoring from here.
Fine, I'm just going to have a sip.
You'll have a little sip. But not too long, I've only got one line here.
It might put me up.
Seems a tad selfish, if I might say so. But why has this matter brought you to London, Inspector Genitals?
The name is Genitales.
We're not leaving this gag behind anytime soon.
Yeah, at least the Inspector's sticking up for himself.
Yes,
because he's quite right.
Quite.
Private parts shouldn't be misinterpreting his surname. I'm on Inspector Genital's side. Sorry, Genitales' side.
Matthew always sticks with the genitals.
I don't know.
No, please carry on.
I don't know what that means. You see, the nationalist movement is led by a fiery young woman from Venezia, Miss Valentina Volpe. And 3 days ago, the authorities in Milan received this postcard from her, perhaps private. You would like to read it for your commissionaire?
All right, let's see here. Postcard says, you cannot stop the future. Well, it's a good thing she wrote that in English, isn't it?
Yes, I agree. It was convenient for the purpose of you reading it aloud.
But what makes...
And Mick too, I think.
Yeah, very, very much so.
I don't think Mick would be translating that anytime soon.
But what makes you think Scotland Yard in London can help you to stop the future, Inspector? This Italian business ain't got anything to do with us.
Turn the postcard over, my friend.
It's a picture of the World Fair. Miss Volpe sent this from London. She's here in the city.
It is my belief that Miss Volpe intends to steal some new invention from the World Fair, something from the future, you might say, so that she can bring it back to Venezia to help the nationalists in their fight for Italian independence. Needless to say, I cannot allow her to do this.
Then that's why I'm here, Commissioner, to help the Inspector find Miss Volpe and stop her from stealing this invention.
Private parts, your mission is to help the Inspector scour London in search of olive oil for his new Italian restaurant. That is not why I'm here. I could see you are not listening to me, Commissioner. You will be accompanying the inspector on behalf of Scotland Yard. At midday tomorrow, in front of all the world's press and thousands more spectators, Her Majesty Queen Victoria will be opening the World Fair herself.
Oh my.
Your mission, private parts, is to ensure that this Italian soap opera does not spill over and embarrass the Queen in any way. If that means helping the inspector in his quest for olive oil, then so be it. But your priority is to protect the honour of the Queen. So, my friend, do you think you are up to the challenge?
Yeah, Inspector. I believe I am. Count me in.
Then you will meet me tomorrow at dawn at the main gate of the Crystal Palace, and we will search the exhibition together.
I'll see you there.
And remember, Private, it's not just your neck on the line, but all of Scotland Yard's. If we're to carry on receiving government funding, we must be seen by the public as a responsible police service. It is imperative, therefore, that you return from your mission without leaving so much as a stain on the reputation of this force.
Well, I can't imagine anything will go wrong when they do. I must apologise also to you and the listener. I don't know if it got picked up by the mics, but my phone started buzzing, vibrate.
No.
I know, very unprofessional.
Mick, we're not having this level of it. I'm not turning up if we're doing it to that level.
I've declared my apology and I have put it on airplane mode now.
Well, it's not accepted. I hope so.
But the listener may have thought that their own phone was going there.
We're professional outfit up in here.
Absolutely.
Now we've got the admin team in shackles.
Where they belong.
That's how all the corporates treat them, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Right.
You see?
When the sun rises in London, it's time for the city's less honourable characters to retreat back into the shadows and for honest people to go about their lives. But on this particular day in 1851, the sun shone down on a very different London. The whole of the city, in fact, the whole of the world was marching through the streets, all in the same direction, to the mighty Crystal Palace. The World Fair had arrived, and from the first glimpses of dawn, glorious orange sunshine beat down on the huge glass panes of the palace. Strange inventions made by even stranger people were being displayed on the stages inside, with every performer desperate to catch the attention of the vast crowds who flooded the exhibition. It was lost in here, hidden away deep among the crowd and noise, that our Italian inspector devised the plan with private parts to find the woman they sought. Blimey, Inspector, just look at this place. It must be bigger than Buckingham Palace. We'd be lucky to find the way out, let alone the woman you're after, with what with all the people packed in here. I don't know how much use I'm going to be.
You will have to be of use because you are all I have. In an ideal world, I'd be commanding an entire patrol of men to sweep this palace for Valentina Volpe before she steals the invention. But it seems your commissioner thinks that I am in London to open an Italian restaurant, so my request for a full squadron was denied.
If an army's needed to find her, how are we supposed to do it?
We have knowledge, and that is more than most people have. We know that Valentina Volpe is a master of disguise. Should be mistress, shouldn't it, mate?
I don't know why. Don't put the blame on me. I didn't write this.
No, quality of the writers these days. Even with her fame in the nationalist movement, I have only this one sketch of her. As you can see, she is a small, younger woman with black hair and eyes full of passion. But I've also heard reports of her in costume, where she looks like the complete opposite of this.
You've seen her look like a naked, hairy man who's just vomited on himself and then picked out the bits of vomit stuck on his hairy chest so that he could eat them. What? But then the man's only gone and made himself sick again, so he's stuck in an endless cycle of being sick on himself and eating it.
What image is that?
Well, that's the opposite.
I was going to say, I was thinking there's going to be a Catcher in the Rye sort of image there, but that was nonsense. When they were all falling off the cliff.
Well, no, I think that was an accurate summation of what the opposite of what the young woman with black hair would look like.
No, enough of this nonsense. Me next. I failed to see how that is the opposite of an attractive younger woman. Well put, Inspector.
It most definitely is the opposite.
Listen, my friend. Well, we do not have the men or the time to interrogate every person in this maze. We can let Valentina Volpe come to us by anticipating where she is going. Her message on the postcard said we cannot stop the future. If we can find the device before she can steal it, then we'll be waiting for Miss Volpe, and we can stop her and the nationalists.
The future? What does that even mean?
Oh, gosh, I'm guessing I'm Cockney Lady.
You are Cockney Lady.
With a young female Cockney accent.
Yes.
What's one of those?
It's quite convenient the Cockney Lady has a Cockney accent. I'm glad he made that clear.
Roll up, and prepare to see the unimaginable. Why not begin here? Come, let us see what is going on. Oh, gosh, is this me as well?
Another character.
Photographer, generic international male accent.
Yes.
What's that?
I hope you're remembering all these.
Is that just like general American?
Just do whatever, yeah.
Excuse me, man. Would you like me to take your photograph?
A photograph? What on earth are you talking about?
This thing here, it's a camera. It takes a picture of you in the present time so that you can see it later. You have to stand in front of it for a few minutes and then it'll capture the image.
Sounds interesting.
It's all historic up in here, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the days before the camera.
Papman is a man of research.
I wished I lived in the days.
scholarship.
I wished I lived in the days before things like Instagram. I think Mysterious Mysteries does too. Some of our followers.
Matthew, we don't bring up our shortcomings on social media on there.
Mystery Podcast. Is that right?
I don't know anymore.
What? It is.
No, it's at... We'll do that
We'll
later.
do it in a second. I do apologise. Because what does Instagram make you, Mick?
And I don't know.
Desperate and lonely. That's right. That's right.
Well, then there's nothing. You're already there, so you might as well use Instagram while you're at it.
Stay out of my misery. Private, we do not have the time to sit idly by at every stall. Come, let us make our way to the stage and see this unimaginable thing the large woman was shouting about. Ladies and gents, have you ever seen something that you couldn't believe? Have you ever seen something disappear with your very own eyes? Have you ever seen something turn invisible?
I wonder what she means.
Now, boys, I'm sure you all do a little disappearing act when you hide from your wives down the pub every evening. But have you ever really vanished? Well, you are about to witness a real vanishing act. For I will now make this carrot here. Oh, no. Oh, God. So these listeners do actually listen to some of the maculature that you bring out.
Yes, they do.
Bring out.
This carrot here.
Oh, for I will now make this carrot here disappear up my... And then he's... Oh. Okay, chief or private, we are leaving. Well put. I like the inspector.
No, Inspector. This could be promising.
The inspector is got homage to me. I
was about to say that. I think he might be modelled on you.
It's lovely. And I could be a nice Italian.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, I could.
No, Inspector. This could be promising.
How in God's name could this be? Oh, shut up over there. Yes, silence, please. This disappearing act requires extreme concentration, so you've got lots to be quiet. Here, ladies and gents, is the carrot. As you can see, the beauty could knock out a raging bull. And it is now before your eyes that I will make this beast of a carrot. Oh, gosh. Someone's written that. They've actually written this.
This is the influence I have in the world.
In the post as well.
No, I printed off the script. It was sent digitally. Yes.
Oh
we don't give our home addresses to listeners for obvious reasons.
That's true. I shall have a stream of admirers.
Indeed.
Make this beast of a carrot disappear forever. Okay. Here it goes. Oh, no. No.
You've still got lines?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, no, I'm not, Mick. I'm sorry.
Matthew, read the line.
I probably shouldn't have gone tit first. Oh, God. Yep, it's in now. Oh, my. What is continuing me? Yes, probably should have peeled it too. Oh, damn it, it's gone.
Well done, Matthew.
Is this actually?
This is the script.
Did people actually watch this in the 1800s?
I think this is it. Well, everything else has been historically accurate so far.
In front of the Crystal Palace.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Queen's on her way to see it.
Now, I know what you're thinking. The current hasn't gone. It's just stuck up my arse. No, I'm not. Mick, I'm sorry. I am sorry.
Matthew, this is nuanced material.
No, I don't like
it. I need you to be on top form.
Even yours is better than this.
I need you to be on top. I'm quite jealous of this script.
He's done well, whoever it is. Sorry, he's not done well. I'll take that back. Where did we get to?
The carrot isn't gone, it's just stuck up my arse.
That is not what I was thinking.
Shh.
So how about we get a volunteer up on stage to find out if it is really lodged up my derriere? Oh, I like that diction.
Oh.
Yes, choose me, please. Who will it be?
Inspector, this is your chance.
Somehow I don't think he'll be. I beg your pardon.
The secret to invisibility. It's waiting for you up that woman's backside. And you've got to get it to it before Miss Volpe. Jump up there and see where the carrot went.
I will do no such a thing.
Inspector, we don't have the time. He'll do it. Pick him.
No, it seems we have a real eager beaver in the house. Yes, sir, up you get. No, don't be shy, up you get. I'm not a shy, I only refuse to take part in this ridiculous performance. Well said. Come on, get on the stage.
Inspector, please. It won't take long. And I really have a feeling it could help us. Just get on the stage.
Fine. That's it. Up you get. How about a round of applause for our volunteer? No. What? Listen, it just says crowd and then stage direction from distance and then the rather bizarre locution, no, he looks like a prick.
Now, can you deliver it properly,
I'm
please?
not doing...
How about a round of applause for our volunteer?
No, he looks like a prick. Well, I've said it once.
Okay.
I think he looks exotic. What's your name, sir? Inspector Genitales. Inspector my genitals? Gosh, someone's keen to get stuck in. No, Inspector Genitales. You'll certainly be inspecting them in a minute. As you saw, all ladies and gents, this carrot entered my... this is getting ludicrous. It's continuing.
I think this is perfectly plausible.
Entered my anus, never to be seen again. But the question is, will it still be up there? Well, my sexy volunteer here is going to find out for us. That's the first time the word sexy's been used in a script like this.
Absolutely. What an appropriate time.
Yes, by some old hag. If you could, sir, please put your hand up my... Oh, no. Rick,
you must have known that was coming.
I didn't. Up my arse and check if the carrot is still inside. I will not. I will never do such a thing. You never know. You might just find what you're looking for. What did you say? How do you know what I am looking for?
Inspector, we don't have the time. Do it now.
Do it. Me, oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? Do it. Come on, roll up your sleeves. I'm all nice and oh my gosh.
This is really quite graphic, isn't it?
No, Lee, this is nonsense. She says, no, where is it?
This is all crucial
I'm
to the
all
plot.
nice and bent for you. I'm bent over for you. Well, do you at least have gloves? Good point. Yes, well, and then I suspect alcohol hand sanitizer.
Absolutely, yeah.
Gloves? Gloves? You're not playing snooker here, love. You just get in there and tell everyone what you find. Mother of God, forgive me. Here we go. That's it. I can confirm it's inside. Oh my God, Mick, I refuse.
Keep going.
Someone's not filled their nails in a long time. Filed their nails in a long time. Oof. Oh, come on, you're not looking for a shilling under the couch. Get your arm right in there. Hold on. That's it. Oh, my gosh. But there's nothing here. Could you repeat that one more time for the crowd? I said there's nothing in here. Ooh. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed the performance, and be sure to tell all your friends and family about the show you saw here today. Well, don't listen, please do.
I was going to say, I hope, Matthew, after we finish recording, you tell all your friends and family.
I should be quietly slipping away, having a quiet pint by myself.
A single tear falling down the cheek.
They're very upset with this. Just give the admin team a whipping for whoever said this.
Well, yes.
But you said I might find out what I am looking for. I will not leave until I find out.
Come on, Inspector. We ain't got time for you to be putting your hand up any more people's backsides. Be best going there.
That is not what I meant. Oh, for heaven's sake. The whole world is under this roof with wonderful new inventions, and this lady draws a crowd by putting a carrot up her anus.
And you jumped right in after it.
Because I thought it might help. Oh, it doesn't matter. I must find a bathroom to wash my hands.
We can look for a toilet together. Who knows? We might even find Miss Volpe while we're at it. Gosh, she'd have a giggle if she saw you now. You look a little beaten.
Palsied hand reaching for the vodka tonic.
I didn't know there was tonic in there. Are you sure that's not a vodka with tonic?
It was a late edition.
I see. Our duo didn't get off to the best of starts that day, spending hours struggling through the thick crowds of people in search of a toilet where they could wash the shitty stench from their hands. Finally, they were clean, but while poo particles carrying all kinds of fungal diseases were no longer wafting up their nostrils, nerves were now beginning to creep into the bones of the two men. Finished yet?
Let's go. The mess may now be cleaned from my hands, but I do not think the image will ever be erased from my mind.
I'm glad you're doing somewhat better, Inspector, but we spent a good while looking for that toilet, and there's not much time left till the Queen gets here.
I know, and we are still no closer to finding Volpe or her device.
I was thinking, Inspector, while you were wiping that last bit of poo from your elbow,
gosh.
What if all this was just a fool's errand? What if Miss Volpe ain't really here at the World's Fair and this is a big wind-up?
The nationalista movement is the dream of a people, Private, and people are just flawed individuals banded together.
Oh, that's a very cutting statement.
Very philosophical.
Isn't it?
Yes.
I'm quite impressed. Who knew the Papman had such insight?
No, the Papman has got... That is one... It's also a good principle of life. You know, just recognise...
Very, rather cynical.
Well, no, just recognise that people are just flawed individuals banded together, and that one must, we must be in touch with our human nature.
That explains all the hate you get, Matthew.
It's just part of
all that hate mail we receive. It's just all that hate, Matthew, that you get.
We breathe it in. It's just the fluidity of the modern condition, you see. Yeah, we just go with the flow. Valentina Volpe has always enjoyed humiliating the city of Milan. Her postcard was a taunt intended to anger us further, and in her arrogance she believes that even if she warns us of her plan, I cannot stop her. But this time I will stop her, I will.
Then how about we go in this tent and ask where she is then?
What? Private parts. This is a fortune teller's tent. Some gypsy woman is not going to help us find the signora.
I don't know, Inspector. We got travellers in the East End and they know things. Been all over the world, they have. With my wages, one month I bought a jug of magic white water from a gypsy fella. Told me if I drank it, I would experience great relief for a green liquid when I peed. And he wasn't wrong.
That a gypsy swindler tricked you into paying a month's wages for a jug of milk only confirms what I know about these people. They are liars and frauds, and there is no sense in going inside that tent.
Come on, it'll only be a minute. Besides, if she's got a place here at the World Fair, she might have heard about the strange device we're after.
Fine, but only because I want to hide my face for a moment after that incident with the carrot. We will leave as soon as I expose her tricks. It's quite malleable, the inspector, isn't he? Blunders into
He seems very resolute and then instantly changes his
more
mind.
than happy to get involved a second late. Bloody hell.
But it wasn't shame that drove we're getting an explanation here. The Papman foresaw this. But it wasn't shame that drove Inspector Genitales into that gypsy woman's tent.
Oh.
It was desperation.
That was good pronunciation of his name there, Mick, as well. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
You got it right there.
Yes.
Well done, you.
The inspector's confidence may have tricked Private Parts into believing it was they who were the predators searching the Crystal Palace that day, but the pair were no more than lost lambs as they passed through the beaded entrance to the fortune teller's tent. That was the best sound effect, Matthew, I could get for a beaded entrance.
It's very good,
I
mate.
hope you enjoyed it.
Well done.
It was dark, and the air was thick with smoky incense. Sat down in front of them, behind a small circular table covered in cards, was a dark-haired woman. She raised one of her many She raised one of her many ring-bearing figures and beckoned to the two little boys.
You may take a seat. Oh no, that's awful. How do I?
It says mysterious female Arabic
I have
accent.
no
That's
idea.
pretty tricky.
What's Arabic?
I don't even know how
I
you...
don't know.
Just do something exotic.
You may take a seat.
That'll do.
We are not staying for long. Just wait until you hear what you need to find. You don't know why we're here.
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. Ignore the inspector. We're looking for someone, in fact. We're searching for a young lady at the fair. We know she's Italian. We think she wants to steal something from the future. Can you do something?
I do not know yet. It is up to the cards to decide whether I can help. The cards? What a nonsense. We're wasting our time in this charlatan's tent.
Come on, Inspector. Give me a couple of minutes. I gave you a chance when you wanted to get on stage with the carrot lady.
That was not my idea.
Miss, please. What do the cards say?
It is strange, I must admit.
Oh, excuse me.
What are you kidding? Half the chairs collapsed. Oh, no, not in the microphone.
Okay. I have cleared my throat.
Not over
My
our
apologies.
dinner. No.
Miss, please, what do the cards say?
This is strange. I must admit I do not understand what they are telling me. You see, it is all ridiculous. This card, it is of a man, and his arm... oh, no! It is stuck inside the anus of a young Cockney lady. But why would anyone do such a thing?
Wait a second. Inspector, you just had your arm right up that woman's...
Private parts, please. Miss, I will indulge you for a moment. The card has more relevance than it seems, so turn the next one over. As you wish. Well, let me see. This person you seek, is it a man?
Ah, it's a woman.
For the next card, it says a man will call out to you, and he will ask you to see his invention.
There are thousands of people here in the Crystal Palace asking us to look at their inventions. Which one is it?
No, something does not smell right here.
That could just be the inspector. You should have seen where he had his hand a minute ago.
Stop that. Miss, finish reading the cards. We've lost too much time already. The final card. It warns of something terrible.
What is it?
The money maker, no doubt. Watch your pockets, Private. It warns of a gas.
I like the sound of this.
Oh, no. A terrible pungent gas. A gas that, when used for good, can make men fly into the skies, but when not used correctly, can bring great sickness to all who breathe it. What is this?
You sound like you may have a theory as to where this is going.
The cards say that whatever happens, you must never release this gas, or you, Inspector, will suffer most of all. A gas that causes men to fly. Private Parts, I have given you your chance. Let us leave this tent.
All right, fine. Thank you, miss. Here's a little something for your troubles.
Thank you, young man.
That was a sound of beads.
Oh, yes,
the door beads.
You have mentioned.
Yes. As they left the tent and rejoined the crowds of people passing through the Crystal Palace, our duo tried to make sense of the fortune teller's cryptic warning. But as time ticked away, panic was now turning to anger. Well, have you got any better ideas?
Then waiting by the toilets and seeing if anyone flies out the cubicle when they fart.
That's an inspired idea.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I have a better idea. I should have left you back in the tent with the gypsy woman and her ridiculous prophecies.
I don't know how ridiculous they are. That man in the first card looked an awful like you. He even had a big smile on his face when he had his arm up that woman's...
Private, if you speak of that incident one more time, it will be your anus I put my hand up next. Would you like that to happen?
No, but I'm starting to think you would.
Shut your mouth. We have been here for hours, and we are no closer to finding Miss Volpe. She cannot slip through my fingers, not again. I will burn this entire palace to the ground, if it means I can stop her.
Oh, come on now, Inspector. You're starting to sound a little crazy. We'll find her. I've got a good feeling about it.
You and your feelings. You are like a dog. You react to what you see and think it is important. You are a joke. And so is your commissioner and your police force. Mio Dio, are you really the best I could get in the city?
Oi, I'm a little offended by that.
Good, I meant to offend you.
Now, you understand something, Inspector. I'm here first and foremost to protect Her Majesty. And yes, I know I ain't the smartest boy around, but I do try. It was very important to the Commissioner that I came along today and helped you find the Lady Volpe before she sabotaged your Italian restaurant here in London. And
I am not here to open an Italian restaurant. I am here to stop... Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I love it when you put that on. I love that.
Oh, it's how your voice should always travel, Matthew.
Put me. I shall sing in it.
Why not?
Who is that speaking?
Dearie me, I didn't realise the time. That's the announcer. The Queen's here now. She's about to officially open the fair.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the World Fair of this year, 1851. Please make your way to the main stage where Her Majesty Queen Victoria will open the fair by unveiling the day's showpiece invention.
Inspector, we have to get to the main stage. If Miss Volpe going to try something, it's right now with the whole world watching.
For once, I think you are right, Private. Quick, let us hurry.
Time was up, and hope was almost lost, so the inspector in private parts barged through the crowd of thousands who made their way to the main stage, where the whole of the Crystal Palace eagerly awaited the entrance of...
Queen Victoria! It is with humility and the utmost pleasure that I ask you to join me on the main stage and officially open the World Fair of 1851. What? No, Mick, I can't do this.
Your Majesty.
This is against the monarchy.
Who said this is against the...
It's historic.
This is,
historic.
If anything, is a eulogy to the monarchy.
A eulogium to the monarchy. And it's fine because it's in historic.
It is in historic.
Loyal subjects, shut up! I will now make it seem like I care about opening this World Fair by reading a speech written for me by some creep associated with the self-pick share. Mick, I can't do this.
Of course you can.
No.
I think...
I disagree fundamentally with the sentiment.
I believe this... I seem to remember this is actually how her speech started.
By the sentiment, I mean, of course, the Papman's sentiment, for this is none of my own. And none of yours either.
I think the Papman is treating the monarchy with the respect they deserve.
And to the stars that cover my empire... there lie countless wonders and treasures that would take a whole lifetime to see. Today, however, these wonders lie not under a vast sky, but under this very roof. where one can visit them all in a single day. Sorry, just
turn the page.
Just turn the page. Oh.
Take your time. Lick your fingers. That helps.
Do apologise. The greatest of these wonders will be shown to you now, and for centuries into the future, people will talk about this moment as one that changed the course of history. So without further ado, I present the inventor of this device, Dr. Mania, who will now demonstrate it to all of you right now. Dr. Mania! Oh, who's this?
This is Dr. Mania.
Elderly male, slightly unhinged.
You are not supposed to read these bits.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
What the hell is that?
It says nasal accent. It says nasal.
Okay,
listener.
no, I like it.
Hello, everyone. Thousands of years ago, a young man by the name of Icarus built himself wings with feathers and wax and achieved the impossible by flying up into the skies. He flew up high above the cities of the earth, past the birds in the skies, and through the clouds in the heavens. He flew and flew to his heart's content. That was until the sun decided man didn't belong in the skies, and so burned his wings to a crisp. It's not exactly true. That's not quite.
It wasn't the sun; it was the gods, wasn't it?
Yes, it's not quite how it's surmised in the Metamorphosis.
No,
but we'll go with this interpretation for now.
Well, absolutely.
Icarus fell back down to earth, and ever since, man has longed to fly again. For years, this burning desire was a fantasy only possible in our dreams, and indeed it was a fantasy until now. Visitors of the World Fair, I am going to show you the future. Allow me to introduce the hot air balloon.
What?
Ignore the smell if you can. The bald balloon is powered by methane gas and is packed full of human
Mate, is it nonsense?
feces to ensure that there's enough gas for a journey across the sea.
Across the sea? You're telling me this thing can fly to France? To Paris? This is getting more ludicrous by the second.
That isn't the sea I meant. This balloon is so packed with human feces that it can fly across the Atlantic Ocean and arrive in New York in only 3 days. Now, if you will observe the
private parts, this is what we have been searching for.
What do you mean, Inspector?
This invention, the gift of flight. With it, the nationalists could travel from city to city, drumming up support for their cause, and we would have no way to intercept them. My God, I must destroy that hot air balloon before Miss Volpe lays her hands on it. She said we could not stop the future. This is the future here, in front of us.
I don't know how you can keep your composure with this.
It's I'm just trying to read the words, get over it.
We can't destroy that thing. If it explodes, everyone here will be covered in poo, including the Queen.
Oh, God. As I well know, the stench of human feces can be washed away, but the damage an Italian republic would do to Milan is too great. I'm afraid my city comes first. I must shoot it down.
Inspector, no! Put it away!
Private, do not struggle with me. Get off.
No, put the gun! Put down the gun, Inspector!
Gun? He's got a gun?
Oh, I've got to save the Queen! Everyone, get out of my way! What? Your Majesty, get to the ground!
What the hell? I have done it! Milan is saved. Somebody grab him!
Blimey! Queen Victoria! I'm so sorry for throwing myself over you like that. Here, let me get you up. Are you alright, ma'am?
Young man, you have saved me. And for that, you have my thanks.
Oh, ma'am, I don't know what to say.
But you're absolutely covered in human excrement. This is nonsense. So get the fuck off me. This is absolutely ridiculous. I do apologise. This is nonsense. The Papman should apologise. We'll get him up here in a cage.
Shall we invite him in?
Yeah, in a cage.
I've just had a brilliant idea.
What?
Let's invite him into the studio for a discussion about his script.
Q&A.
Stay tuned, listener.
Oh,
a Q&A, yes. Send in your
listen.
questions for the Papman.
Listener, don't you listen.
Oh, no, it's not this. Cut to. Okay, sorry.
Come in. Private parts. Take a seat, my boy. Well, I think congratulations are in order, don't you? Your mission was a resounding success. You saved the Queen from being splattered with excrement in front of thousands of people and all of the world's press. Indeed, you spared the United Kingdom from certain embarrassment by bravely covering yourself in human faeces. But, my boy, could you not have showered? Dear God, it's been 3 days. It smells worse in here than that time we had to barbecue in the morgue.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'm afraid not. It's tough times in the East End, sir. I can only afford to wash in the case of an emergency.
And I dread to think of what constitutes an emergency very well.
So, we stopped the Italian nationalists as well then, sir?
No, we did not.
But you said the mission was a success.
Indeed, it was a success for us. It was an unmitigated disaster for Inspector Genitals.
But, he shot down...
Sorry, that should be genitales. Sorry.
Oh.
do apologise.
No, the Commissioner would say genitals.
Just the spelling in the script.
But, he shot down the balloon, stopped the future. He should be famous in Milan.
No, he's earned himself quite the reputation, all right. You see, Private, Valentina Volpe was certainly at the World Fair and she watched the Inspector as he took to the stage, but she had no interest in that balloon he shot down.
Then what was she there for?
Can you not remember why you even spoke to her yourself?
I did. But, so this can't be true.
The photographer, Private, Miss Volpe asked to take your picture.
The photographer? The photographer was a man. And anyway, we never stood for a picture. The Inspector insisted we carry on. It took too long. She didn't get anything from us.
My lad, the lady is renowned across Europe for her costumes. You shouldn't feel bad for being fooled by the photographer's disguise.
Well, it was strange that his moustache fell off when we walked away, but I didn't think it important enough to tell the Inspector.
This is a twist, isn't it? A twist arises.
You didn't think it? Well, that doesn't matter now, for Miss Volpe did get the photograph she was after. You see, her contraption takes several minutes to prepare, and so by the time the camera captured the scene in front of it,
well, I swear I know what's coming up. I swear I saw something in the script around this time.
What, Commissioner?
Well, it captured the exact moment Inspector Genitals had his arm deeply entrenched up the anus of a voluptuous young woman from the East End.
Oh, my.
I knew that was happening. I knew it because I heard a photographer's click halfway.
It was very subtle.
I was thinking, what the hell is that doing here?
Yeah,
I was thinking it was another error of yours.
No. So the Papman, this is why it's important you don't read the directions.
Quite
the Papman listener, he put in ages ago when that scene with the anus and the carrot was happening, he put a little direction to play a short clip of a photograph being taken, but we didn't acknowledge it.
No, it
because
comes out.
We are nothing but professionals.
Oh, dear. Well, I wasn't professional in that. I just ignored it thinking it was a cock-up. That's what I thought.
Anyway, oh my.
Quite. And this being the first photograph of its kind meant naturally there was great media interest in the image. And it was published on the front page of newspapers around the world. Yeah, have a look at this one. The Times ran a nice little title for the picture. Nosy Inspector caught with his hand up in the cookie jar. Oh my gosh.
Gosh, that ain't a flattering angle for the Inspector.
Nor for the young lady. Yes, and seeing as the Inspector comes from the Republic of Italy, they're calling it a paparazzi photograph.
Oh, very clever.
Very good.
The Republic of Italy? There's no such thing.
There will be soon, my boy. You see, the Inspector was an official representative of the ruling family of Milan, and the resulting shame that came from being caught in such an act, well, it destroyed any credibility the opposition to the nationalist movement had. It's only a matter of time until Italy is created, rising like a phoenix from the anus, oh God, of that overweight young woman from the East End. I do actually think this is an accurate description. I'm totally joking.
To all the Italian fans out there.
Absolutely, of which there are many.
Of which there are many.
Yes.
In Lombardy, various other places.
Poor Inspector Genitals. I hope he's all right.
Oh, I'm sure he's licking his wounds somewhere. Probably at a market where he picks up some origami and salami for that restaurant of his.
What drama?
Yes, Private, and you can expect plenty more of it.
Excuse me, sir?
Fortunately, when I instructed you to return from your mission without leaving so much as a stain on the reputation of this force, I was speaking figuratively. Because your actions in saving the Queen have secured funding for Scotland Yard for the foreseeable future.
Oh, that's great news, sir.
Indeed, so head off home to that chipping coop you call a house and have a wash, my boy. We have serious work ahead of us.
Absolutely, sir, and thank you. I'll be right back.
Of course, off you go. Smelly bastard.
Oh, Mick, I am so tired.
That was brilliant.
That was hard for me.
That was fantastic.
So many different accents.
Now, can you imagine my glee when I was just checking our email and that came in?
To be honest, it wasn't too dissimilar to your own.
No, well, I mean, Matthew, I don't like to toot my own trumpet, but I am quite an influential man in the arts these days.
In the arts. The arts. What art does this fall into? Radio, in inverted commas.
This is audio drama.
Oh,
it's absolutely
audio drama.
I'm kind
rather
of
loquacious expression.
I'm kind of a big deal now. I don't know if you realise this.
So what am I?
And this can open up some opportunities for you as well. I'm sure in the future.
Actor.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could be my assistant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, lots of opportunities.
Shut up, mate. Not being your assistant.
Tell me then, Matthew, what do you make of the Menace from Venice?
There were actually some really good moments. It was quite funny.
Hold on, it's called the Menace from. Did he ever mention Venice?
Yeah, because Volpe was from Venice.
Oh, it was Volpe from Venice.
I was on the ball.
Yes, you were.
Could you just explain to me what I didn't get? The paparazzi bit.
Well, what does before paparazzi became synonymous with photographers?
Yeah.
What did it mean, or is it?
Yeah.
I assume the singular is paparazzo.
Yeah.
Is that a region or something?
I don't know, but it says something about the Republic of Italy, thus paparazzi.
Okay, well, clearly we're not as learned as the Papman.
The Papman's clearly explored his own virtue there.
Yes, absolutely.
Giving us all indecipherable little puns or whatever that was.
Do let us know, Papman, about that particular. I thought that was fantastic.
I disagree with the content. I didn't like the repetitious use of Venus. I didn't like some of the imagery was very graphic. It was awful. It was cheap. It was cheap
and
imagery.
the trees and the way we spoke of the crown.
Of the crown.
Yes.
I just
no,
not for me. But I am exhausted.
Well, Matthew,
I've switched and switched.
I think that was an absolute treat, and not only do I suggest the Papman sends in more material, but listener, why not follow? Wouldn't you love it if Jerk and Bonk sent something in?
No, we would not. I wouldn't. Maybe I should get writing one to make it a bit more artistic.
I imagine we'd end up on the sex offenders register if we...
Thank you very much.
If we had any of his material.
What, Jerk and Bonk?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Well.
Right, so but if you do want to write in, what can you do?
What a great segue.
What a segue.
Off you go.
mysteriousmysteries@outlook.com.
That's the email.
And is that the Papman email?
That is, no, that wouldn't have fit in a tweet now, would it?
No. And the Twitter is?
At Podcast Mystery.
And the Instagram is?
At Mysterious Mysteries Podcast.
And the Facebook?
At Mysterious Mysteries Podcast.
Hooray!
Bravo!
I wouldn't have known.
And honestly, guys, we know how many people listen to this, and we see how many people go on those social media.
They don't go on the social media. Not that it matters. Well, so it does matter.
The figures do not match up.
They don't. They don't listen.
So quite simply, pull your finger out and just give us a like.
Maybe should we do some more photographs of us?
Yes. Yeah. Well, we won't use those ones I sent you late last night, though.
Private collection.
Absolutely.
Personal material.
Those were just to stay in the private WhatsApp group with you, me, and Jerkin.
Whatever.
Well. Shall we talk about plans for the future, Matthew?
Yes, go on.
Now, I'm sure the listener can't help but have noticed, but The sounds of the festive period are looming. The lights are going up in the streets.
Yeah.
The
We have some-
gratuitous products in the shops.
A gentle tingling in the horizon.
Absolutely.
Tinkling in the horizon.
So that can only mean one thing. Time for a Mysterious Mysteries Christmas special. As we all know, it is a yearly tradition.
Great.
A yearly tradition established last year.
Oh, I did like the last one.
That the
There's
family
lots of
all get
singing.
together.
Oh, no, I didn't like some bits. It wasn't family. It was
yes,
lots of the
it was for all the family gather around the wireless and tune in.
Be careful,
to the
listener.
Mysterious Mysteries Christmas
But
special.
that is exciting, but do be careful.
Do be careful,
Do.
but it is
I do not see any of these ever. I have genuinely never
Matthew,
seen a script
Matthew,
before I've said
listen,
that in the studio.
It's too late.
Wow.
It's too late. You've given this disclaimer dozens of
I'm
times.
trying to protect myself.
And no one's buying it. They weren't buying it in episode 1. They're not buying it now.
Well, they should buy it. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. It is. It is genuinely true.
I don't believe him, listener.
It is.
But anyway.
Well, you write them. You conceal them from me.
Well, yeah, no, but I can see you chortling away.
No, I don't like them. I don't.
Matthew, no one's buying it. But yes, so in December, we will have the Christmas special to look forward to.
Okay.
And there will be songs, there will be merriment.
Oh.
That's it, though. That's all we're getting.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. And maybe, who knows, someone else might write in with a little fan fiction for us before the Christmas special. So we might be coming back sooner than you think.
I won't hold my breath.
Neither am I.
Okay.
Would you like to say goodbye to the listener, Matthew?
And that's goodbye to the listener.
That was a little abrupt, actually. Just like, you know what? Yeah, no, we're out of here.
Wow.
Yeah, bye, listener.
Bye.